Diets have always been prevalent throughout history, and in recent years, the keto diet, the Mediterranean diet, and the paleo diet have been all the rage. Today, I'll tell you about another diet, a different diet. Hello, my name is Kevin Chi, and I'm a senior at Obert E. Tompkins High School. My mentor is Professor Yuqing Zhang, who is the Associate Professor of Agricultural Economics at the University of Kentucky. And my project proposal is a plan to minimize agricultural waste. In October of last year, the United Nations released a climate report that stated that within 12 years we will surpass the 1.5 degrees Celsius global warming mark, which has been the traditional threshold for irreversible and catastrophic environmental damage. In November of last year, the United States released a climate report saying that if we do not take significant steps to rein in global warming, the American economy could be reduced in capacity by as much as 10% by the end of the century. As you can see in this graph, carbon dioxide levels fluctuate throughout history. However, in the past 60 to 70 years, we have not only passed the highest mark of carbon dioxide in the past 400,000 years, but we have also soared past it and shown no signs of stopping. This does not mean we have been passive bystanders, as things like carpooling, bicycling, composting, and recycling means that Americans and people all around the world have been taking steps for more environmentally conscious living. However, there's been a notable unexplored region: agricultural waste. Waste resulting from agricultural processes is the single most impactful addition to greenhouse gas emissions in the world, and livestock alone accounts for 18% of all global greenhouse gas emissions. With these staggering statistics, it becomes fair to wonder why more awareness has not been given to these to agricultural waste. The truth is, existing solutions are there, but they have certain limitations that prevent them from reaching their maximum effectiveness. CNN has a flexitarian diet meant to help users reduce the amount of meat they eat, and they have some very good tips, such as using beans, chickpeas, and mushrooms in place of meat in many dishes, as well as eating oatmeal instead of omelets for breakfast. However, their specific focus on meat means that they potentially ignore and overlook other possible effective alternatives. The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics has their own sustainable diet, which has things like eating more locally and drinking more tap water instead of bottled water, or growing your own food. However, they merely summarize these aspects and do not provide statistics that could help people see the exact impact that these steps can have. The Harvard School of Public Health has their own 5 steps for sustainable eating, which includes eating seafood other than fish, eating locally, eating more plants, and eating less meat. However, it suffers from similar limitations such as the other existing solutions, in that it does not provide statistics which would allow users to quantify their positive environmental impact. This is where my solution comes in: a brochure and a website that has 4 aspects: eating more organic foods, eating less meat, eating more locally, and also watching plastic use. All these aspects would be accompanied with statistics that would be given at the end of, say, each day or each week, based on, say, the amount of organic food you eat. In this way, the specific environmental impact could be quantified for users so that they can understand how much they are saving based on what they're eating. I think my solution has several distinct advantages. One is that it has very simple steps that can be followed by basically anyone of all ages. Also, the fact that they will be able to see exactly the amount of positive environmental impact they have means that they hopefully will be encouraged by the impact they are seeing, instead of being discouraged and thinking that their impact has been irrelevant. There also could be a competition element to this, as if a community of people following this plan get together, they could compare who has the greatest positive environmental impact, perhaps an impetus for everyone else to step up their game. My target audience will be teenagers, because after some generalization, I feel that adolescents are the most wasteful generation in terms of their consumption. And targeting teenagers could help bring the maximum effectiveness to my plan. One thing to consider is that my plan probably will not be very expensive, as the only costs I foresee as of this moment are the costs of printing the brochures and also paying for a website builder if I cannot find a free one. The brochures, when they're done, will be distributed in school through my environmental science teacher. This means that I can reach my target audience and also do it through a person who is respected in the subject. In conclusion, given the combination of the imminent potential global catastrophe facing humanity and also the impactful potential solution that has been relatively unexplored thus far, this is a fantastic opportunity for us to all do our own little part to make a difference in the world. Thank you.